Hi everyone, this is Linda here with Circle Heart Creations. Today's craft, you're going to need a board, just an old scrap piece of board. This is all I had here. You're going to need some decorative tacks. I got these from the Hobby Lobby. You're going to need some material. Now you can have different prints of material. I've got these 3 prints here. These I got from Walmart. These 2 I got from Walmart. This was just a clearance fabric from Hobby Lobby. Always look at the clearance section for your materials because a lot of times they have some good stuff there. I chose to have a template for my hearts that I'm going to cut out of these materials. And then you'll need some greenery, some ribbon, some of this crafting wire that I got at Hobby Lobby, or I really wanted baling wire. I did not have any. I wanted some rusty wire for this. Did not have any, but that's okay. I also opted to use the Dollar Tree tiles because I had scraps of it. Always keep your scraps because I'm always finding a purpose for them. So I did have these scraps here. Now it doesn't really come down all the way on my edges, so I kind of centered it in the middle of this board. I did use these decorative tacks here just because you'll see what I'm going to hang some hearts from it, y'all. So anyway, we're going to get to painting this, and I'm just using the matte vintage white from Folk Art. That's what I'm using tonight or today. And so anyway, I'm just gonna, I've already painted my board white, so you don't have to sit here and just watch me paint all, all day. But, so I'm just gonna put some white paint right on top of these adhesive tiles from the Dollar Tree. Like I said, these are just scraps that I had. And really, I would have, and I should have done this. You want to paint your, of course, you want to paint your tiles before you put your decorative tacks on. But my table kind of, it's not a wood table. It's not a solid table. So me pounding on this table was just gonna, it wasn't gonna work. So I did that ahead of time, and we're just gonna paint around it. It's no big deal. We'll just paint around them. And I did have to piece these tiles together. It's not one solid piece, but that's okay too. This is just a decorative home decor piece that you can use and exchange out the, well, you'll see. I'll show you here in just a second. So we're just painting this white, and I think I may need another coat on this because I'll be wiping my antique wax off of this. I'm just going to give it a dry. I hope y'all are doing well. This is just a video, quick craft. But I just wanted to come on and show you. So we're just going to give this a dry. This is what it looks like. These tacks are easy. I just had to hammer them a little bit. And like I said, this table, it's not good for having to hammer. I think all my stuff would have bounced off. So we're just going to give it a little dry here. I may need another coat, but we'll take a look at it and see. Easy peasy home decor piece. It's just really cute. Now, I did glue these tiles onto my board. I hot glued them. It does melt the It does melt the tiles a little, but it works. They do have sticky stuff on the back, but y'all, it doesn't work for me. It doesn't work for me. Let's see. Okay, I think I'm going to do another coat only because I'll be wiping on it and some of the paint will come off, which is no big deal, but one more layer will probably do it. One more coat. And you can put rice paper. I almost did the rice paper, but I had a few of these scraps left and decided that this might look good. And so I just paint around these little tacks. Okay. So that's what it looks like right there. Right there. We're going to get that to dry. So this little project, it can be, the hearts that I'm going to use for this can be exchanged out for other things that you want to hang on here. And this, it'll have to be something, you don't want to hang anything too heavy on this because these are just decorative little tacks. It's not like they're knobs or anything like that, but it's just a fun little piece. And I know at my Dollar Tree, they don't have these tiles anymore. I think I might have one in my stash, a whole piece, but I don't think my Dollar Tree has these anymore. I'm in, on the lookout for the, that came up just a little bit, for the Farmhouse stuff. All these Dollar Trees have the Farmhouse stuff. Mine does not yet. We don't have the Farmhouse stuff. I guess every Dollar Tree is different. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is we are going to, I'm just going to use the Waverly Antique Wax. And y'all, I'm going to brush this on. We're just going to brush this on. Let me bring you down just a tad. You can wipe it on, that would be good too. I think I was just doing this because I'm having to go around these little tacks here. And then we're just going to wipe some back. So So that's what we're going to look like there. How pretty is that? And you can use a bigger brush. I'm just opting to kind of offload my little brush here. I'm trying to get into all these little crevices. I know this takes longer to do. And probably not the best way to do this, but I'm trying to get around these little decorative tacks. And again, I'm just using the Waverly Waverly Wax. The Waverly Wax. And this is an old bottle. It's almost empty, so I'm just kind of sticking my brush in there in the lid. So we're just getting into those. And probably a sponge brush would have done great. I don't know that I have one, but that's okay. There. Again, trying to get into these little crevices right here and around these decorative tacks that I got from Hobby Lobby. I love how this looks when you remove the excess wax off of it. It just gives it that kind of that distressed look, kind of that grungy look to it. And you can make it as dark or as light as you want. You can just layer this stuff on and just however you want to do it. I'll just take a baby wipe and we're just kind of gently taking some of this off. If I can get this little bit over here. And again, this is just a scrap piece of wood that I had. You can use any wood you want. I believe they sell even some scraps at Walmart and at Hobby Lobby. Okay, y'all, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? It just looks so awesome because it brings out all those little details in that tile. Okay, so now we're going to dry it a little bit. Like I said, this is just really easy. These tacks are easy to hammer on there, just real easy. Okay, so this is what we have with our little decorative tacks there. Okay, so I'm going to put this up, and then let's put that in some water. I don't think we're going to need this anymore. Okay, this up. And these tacks, yeah, they're over there in the sewing section. These tacks over there in the sewing section. All right, so now we have this piece. Y'all, I'm going to bring my little hearts over. And I just had a template like this. If you want to, you can just take your material and just cut, you know, like a piece like this. You can freehand yours if you're good at that. I'm not. I had to have this template. And so here is my heart here that I cut out. And again, you can use different prints. You can use solid. I got this clearance from Hobby Lobby. Always look in the clearance section back there in the sewing department. These I got from Walmart. Okay, so we're gonna stuff these. They're gonna be stuffed. So we are going to stuff this one real quick. I'll show you. And I'm just hot gluing it because these are going to be a no-sew. It's just a no-sew project, y'all. No big deal. Real easy peasy. This is just to inspire you. That's all I like to do, is just inspire. Not everybody likes the same patterns, the same, you know, taste. And that's okay. If you can take something away from my crafts and make it your own, that's even better. That is even better. Here at Circle Heart Creations, I don't do one style of crafting or one preference like shabby chic, or I do a little bit of everything. Shabby chic, country chic, I don't know what you call that. I do live on a farm, so I do like to use like horseshoes. I've done a lot of crafts with horseshoes that I've had here on the farm. And for Christmas, I decorated some old, just some old, stirrups from our old saddles. We just had them laying around. They were so cute. Turned out really pretty. Anyway, so here's our heart, and I left the top open. You just have a little gaping hole there, and we are going to stuff it. And actually, let me go ahead and stuff this, and then you can stuff it as much as you want. And if you see any little gaping holes like that right there, you just hot glue it. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that middle right there right here. And I'm going to put a bead of glue right there. And then just press it. Okay, so I'm just going to leave a little hole gaped right there in that little hole there. And I'll show you why. We will take our crafting wire that you can get at Hobby Lobby. It's real easy to use and maneuver. It's sturdy enough, but it's also not flimsy. So, like I said, I wanted some rusty wire. I didn't have any. So we're going